Okay, so today I'm here to do a book review, and I'm going to be talking about Looking for Alaska by John Green, which I finished about 2 days ago, maybe even a day ago. Okay, so I really enjoyed reading the book, where the protagonist and the author were both male. I think it just helps you get into the thought process of the male gender. I've read quite a lot of books written by women from the male perspective, and it just doesn't quite have the same impact. So that was the first good thing about this book. I utterly adored Alaska's character. She was just such a great addition to the novel, central to everything, but a constant mystery, who shows small parts of herself throughout. And also Pudge's affection of her is wonderfully portrayed. I especially like John Green's use of Pudge counting the layers of clothes between them. It really helped build that sexual tension and made me, as a reader, feel that, but also feel his irritation, the irritation he was feeling towards not being able to do what perhaps he wanted to do. You could really get sucked into the emotions of Pudge, and I think it was a smart move to make the book almost in diary format, because it's sort of like you've got like 102 days after and 200 days before or something, so it's not dated, but it's in diary format sort of. This felt like a raw truth on school life for teenagers. I know a lot of books try to tackle drug issues, sexual inappropriateness, horny schoolboys, kids breaking rules and stuff. But this was far beyond that. Looking for Alaska was a true insight into everyday life. No one has had any serious issues, except potentially Alaska. Like nobody was actually addicted to anything or totally destroying their lives, not to what I picked up from it anyway. The characters were all smart, really intellectual students who were getting good grades for most of the book. The amount of sexual uses was just right. It was used in a realistic fashion, so it didn't just feel like it was added in there for book sales. Also John Green's use of language. It was pure genius. He doesn't quite have the descriptive qualities of, say, Neil Gaiman or someone, but the use of poetical lines is just spectacular. He creates quotes that will stay with you for a lifetime. My favourite from this book probably being, "If people were rain, I would be drizzle and she would be a hurricane." I know a lot of people think it's really pretentious and overly soppy and unrealistic, but I think it's just a beautiful line. Green finds the beauty in life and love, and phenomenally put things to paper that most people struggle to describe or explain. So I think that he definitely deserves credit for that, and it's not overly soppy at all. If you've been even remotely in love, you know that that's sort of you do get like that. So I don't think it's too much, basically. The book is a series of experiences, and we're living them through the pages, some of them being things most of us will have experienced, and others that are new and exciting and that we haven't impacted our lives. The fall generally is like a really happy time. It's great, full of loads of new things, excited energy of the unknown. But the whole tone changes to deal with the trauma in after. His mind it's just so different. There are still moments that are normal, but not exactly the same. Something just feels off. And Pudge's mind becomes a place full of obsession. Things are dark, unanswered, shrouded in this horrible cloud of doubt over what you thought you knew, and now of not knowing these things. It becomes an obsession for me as well as a reader. I had to know the reason. I had to know Alaska's motives for what caused after. I'm trying not to give anything away here, so this might sound a bit totally weird. I just wanted to understand her story. so much so that I was up to 1:45 a.m. Finishing it in the morning. I got through the whole thing in a span of about 5 hours, breaking for tea in between. I planned to stop it at about midnight, but then I got to after, and that just became impossible. Couldn't put it down. Just trying to think what else there is to say. Basically, everything I have to say is quite positive. Yeah, so it was just a superb novel. I haven't got a bad thing to say about it. I look forward to reading more of John Green's books. I have Paper Towns in my possession, so I hope to read that soon. Yeah, the character of Alaska has now joined the character of Augustus Waters from Falling on Stars in my memory forever, and I look forward to putting more of John Green's stunning things in there. Check up here. So, yeah, first review. Hopefully not too traumatic. I know I hummed and ahed my way through it, and started to talk too fast. So, hopefully my next one might be better. Might be. Not promising anything. I might try and review something a bit more fantasy, so I've done like a contemporary novel, another fantasy novel, or something. We'll see what I read if I feel passionately enough to do a review on anything. Yeah, so